Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely well. Guys, in today's video, we will be covering everything that you need to know about Cognizant 2025 GenC hiring process, including your cutoff trends, examination results, and interview timelines for GenC, GenCPro, and GenCNext roles. Okay, so if you are also preparing for your exams or are you waiting for your results, this video is going to be super helpful for everyone. So before we start the video, if you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel as I regularly post these kinds of helpful videos for all of you on regular basis. And guys, let me know in the comment section if you want actual questions that were asked in today's assessment. Okay, so I will post that also soon. Let me know in the comment section. So guys, let's start with the first thing, that is a lot of candidates have recently completed their technical exams, and the next stage for the shortlisted students will be a technical interview, that is either for GenC, GenCPro or GenCNext roles. So this video will basically cover everything that in detail that you need to know, like your exam pattern, your cutoff for the exams which you have given, and the result dates and interview mode. Okay, so basically on your screen you can see what we are going to cover in today's video. First of all, we are going to see the Cognizant GenC 2025 hiring process, the overview of that. Then we are going to see the assessment rounds and format. Then we are going to talk about result timeline based on past trends, like when can you expect your results. And then we are going to talk about your interview mode, whether your interviews will be virtual or it will be in person. Okay. Then we will talk about expected cutoffs and tips for shortlisting and success, and from where you can prepare for your interviews. So let's get started and let's first see the first thing, which is hiring process. Okay, the GenC hiring process. So guys, the first step in the hiring process was your registration. That is, you have registered and while uploading your resume, okay, in the superset, and then after your resume got screened, okay, and then you received the first round email, which was your communication assessment. Okay, once you gave your communication assessment, then your next assessment was your aptitude assessment. So communication assessment is usually called as round 1, and then these two collectively is called as round 2. Okay, so you have to understand that. Then you have received your aptitude assessment, and then you gave your technical assessment. Okay, now next up is going to be your technical interview, either virtual or in person. Okay, moving on. So now let's talk about how your interview mode is going to be. So guys, see, recently GenC hiring has happened for 2024 batch candidates, and Cognizant initially planned the interviews in person, okay, but later they switched on to virtual mode. So this time also majority of the chances is there that the interviews will happen in person, but there are still chances that for some of the candidates it can happen in virtual mode also. So you have to be prepared for both the cases. Okay, candidates were informed via email and asked to keep checking their superset registered email ID for updates. So I would also recommend you also to do the same, that keep a note on your superset registered email ID, because whatever the updates you will get on that email ID only. And make sure that you check your spam folder also, and make sure that you check your email ID at least once a day so that you don't miss on any of the important updates. Now for 2025 batch, the same pattern is expected. If the interview is virtual, that's a huge advantage for all of you, because you know a lot of tension reduces when the interview is virtual, right? Because you don't feel that much panicking. But that's why I'm saying don't be dependent on that. You have to be prepared for both the cases. Okay, I would suggest that you prepare yourself for the physical interviews, and if it happens virtually, then it is an added advantage only. And if it not happens virtually, if it happens physically, then also you are prepared for that. Okay, moving on. Now let's talk about the assessment dates, that on which exact dates the assessment has happened this time. So based on the official schedule, the registrations started around 9th of April. Okay, and then first round, that is your communication round, was completed on 17th of April. Okay, after that you gave your aptitude assessments, which was around 21st and 22nd of April, and technical assessment was going to be scheduled on 22nd April, but due to delays it happened now on 25th of April. Okay, so this was the timelines for the assessment, the different assessments of GenC. Now moving forward, we are going to talk about the result timelines, that when are you going to get your results for whatever the assessments that you have given, and are those assessments elimination or what. Now what will happen going forward from here, we will talk everything now. So let's talk about the result dates using 2024 batch as a reference. Okay, so first of all, for 2024 batch, the technical test happened around 7th of March. Okay, then the results were out around 14th of March, which means after 7 days later. Okay, and how usually the results come, you have to understand that. See, Cognizant, what they does is they usually sends a interview survey email. Okay, so when you get an interview survey email, what does that mean? Interview survey email is nothing but in that survey you have to fill your preferred location of interview. So if you are getting that, that means that you have already cleared your assessments. So that is how you get to know that you have cleared your assessment. You will not get a separate email saying that you have cleared your assessment or something. You will just directly get your interview survey email. With that, you have to understand that you have cleared your assessments and now you are going to appear for your interviews. Okay, and then for those candidates, the interview happened started from 28th March till mid-April. Okay, till now, like till mid-April, the interviews were going on. So based on this trend, let's understand for 2025 batch. The technical test happened on 25th of April, and then the expected results date is going to be now between 2nd of May till 4th of May. Okay, like basically you have to consider that you should how much, because I usually get a lot of DMs over Instagram and comments in the comment section that how much usually we should wait for Cognizant GenC results. So I would suggest that you should wait 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, ideally this much of wait is needed for the results of Cognizant GenC, like after your technical assessment. But if you want to wait too much, then 1 month at max you should wait, and if you still not got any update, then you should move on to the next hirings. Okay, like you should start applying to the next hirings and don't waste your time much in this results. Okay, now interviews are likely to be happening from 5th of May onwards, and it will go till end May. Okay, so I hope now you have understood the result timelines, and now how can you be prepared for it. So guys, you don't have to do anything. You have to just go to my channel. In the playlist section, you will find a playlist called as Cognizant Prep. You will find a lot of interview experiences there, okay, of the actual candidates who have recently given their interviews. Make sure to prepare from those, because in your interviews, I know you might be having a lot of query that we will get the question totally based on clusters in the interviews also, or will the questions be on resume based. So guys, let me tell you now itself that your majority of the questions will be from resume based, and then what you speak in during your introduction. For example, if you have mentioned that I have knowledge of Python and C++ while giving your introduction, then you will get questions on that. If you say that I have knowledge working with Java, then you will get questions on that. Now that does not mean that you will not get any cluster based questions. Yeah, basic cluster based questions you can get, but it is fine. But don't get panic that for example, if someone is allotted cluster 3 which was C# and they don't know C#, then candidates usually get panic that what we will do, because we don't have any idea about C# and what if we get the question. So guys, I want to let you know that the interview pattern is totally in your hand. Like you can give the direction to your interviews. That is why keep your resume updated. If you feel that you have any updates in your resume, keep it updated, and then you can even carry your updated resume with you. Make your introduction very well. Okay, mention all the things which you want the interviewer to ask you. Okay, so in this way you can give the direction to your interviews. Now let's talk about the cutoff discussion for all the candidates. Okay, so first of all, the aptitude round. Okay, so in aptitude round, out of 30 quantitative aptitude questions, you need to have if you have cleared 26 to 30 questions, then there is a very good chances that you will get a higher role, which is GenCPro and Next. Okay, and if you have done 20 plus, then also for basic GenC you have a good chance. And in gamified aptitude, as much as levels you have cleared, that is a good thing. Now talking about technical assessment, so if you have cleared 4 to 5 questions, then it is a very good chance and very good you can expect a good cutoff for you. When I say 4 to 5 questions, what I mean is 2 from SQL, 1 from web development, and 1 from Java or C# or whatever Python base that you had. Okay, now performance varies, you have to understand that, but this technical cutoff, technical assessment cutoff will give you an idea of what likely it's enough to get shortlisted. Now guys, I just want 2 things from all of you guys, that you have to mention 2 things in the comment section, that how many questions you attempted in your aptitude and technical assessment, and your exam experience, that did you face any challenges or something. I know a lot of times what happens is the exam gets closed in between, right, and you were not able to appear for the other remaining half. So if anything such sort of thing has happened with you, let me know in the comment section. It really helps the community to prepare better, and I can also give you some suggestions related to that. Now guys, before closing the video, I have few tips for all of you guys who have recently appeared for your technical assessment and are going to appear for the interview soon. The first tip is that start preparing for the interview right after the technical exam, which means right now is the correct time when you should start your technical exam preparation for your interviews, because you will notice once you will watch those interview experience videos that the questions are not that easy. Okay, see, you don't have to memorize. For example, let me give you an example. If you get in SQL we have in DBMS we have a topic called as joins. Okay, now there might be students which already know what joins are, and if in interview they get the question, they already know it. Okay, but in order to prepare for interviews, for example, if you are one of those students who have no idea about joins, or you just have heard it but you don't know exactly what it is, so now is the right time when you can start preparing for it. Because see, this is not your examination or semester examination where you need to write in detailed answer. You just need 20 to 30 second answer on every topic. So right now is the time when you should start exploring the topics and prepare your answers, like 30 to 40 second answer for all the questions. So in this way, within 7 to 8 days, you will be like super prepared for your interviews and you will be very confident. See, in interviews, it does not matter that how exact answer you are giving. No one is going to check your answers word by word. What they see is your confidence level, and the other thing is whether you know the answer or not. Okay, see, there could be two cases. Either you don't know, so you will just say, sorry, I don't have any idea about this question, so it gives a negative impact. Or the other case can be, if even though if you are answering 2 lines also about a question, that gives a positive impact, that yes, this guy is answering like whatever is getting asked to them. So I hope you are understanding how you have to prepare. Okay, that is why it is very crucial that start preparing for now onwards. Now, you know, some of the candidates might say that why we should start preparing from now onwards, what if we get rejected? So guys, you have to understand that in the longer run you have to get placed, right? It's not, your goal is not to get placed in just GenC hiring, but in general you have to get placed in either of the companies. So if you are preparing for this interview, like, it is very good, and just don't worry that for your next interviews this preparation is going to be very, very useful. So that's why I'm saying don't think a lot, just start preparing. Okay, moving on to the next step, which is practice coding in SQL, Java and web development basics. Sometimes we have seen that the interviewers ask you to write basic codes, but not always. So you should be prepared for that part also. Improve your communication, it is part of the eligibility, and it is also important for HR questions. Okay, now keep checking your emails regularly for the interview updates, emails, and you can also check your superset profile again. Okay, you can see the updates there also, and stay positive. Cutoffs vary every year, so don't worry that if you feel that I have not solved many questions. We have also seen previously also candidates who have just done 10 questions in their aptitude have still went till the interviews and got selected. So you have to stay positive for everything. So guys, I have tried to cover everything in detail as much as possible. If you have any more doubts, please put them in the comment section. You can join me on Telegram and you can follow me on Instagram as well. You can ask your queries over Insta DM too. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, as it really motivates me to bring more such helpful content for all of you, and more off-campus drives are on the way for all of you. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching the video, and I will see you next time.